Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate it. Zambia's president confirms creditor agreement with China and India. So Reuters has published this. Lusaka says Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema said on Saturday that his country had signed a long-awaited official creditor agreement with China and India. Was now negotiating with the private sectors. Zambia has struggled to revive its debt restructuring progress after a deal to work a 300 billion euro bond was rejected by its official creditor, including China, as they did not believe that it offered comparable debt relief to the bond holders. So that's the news so far. And then the First Lady Tinda Hichilema and the President himself are currently in Namibia. Watchdog reports Zambia's First Lady Tinda Hichilema last night consoled Namibian First Lady Monica Genko at State House in Namibia. This followed after the death of her husband, Edgar Genko, who passed away on the 4th of February 2024. The First Lady is in that country to attend the burial of Dr. Genko. So the President and the First Lady are currently in Namibia. The President himself also posted this. President Hakainde Hichilema says, straight from the Nchara ceremony of the Ngoni-speaking people in Eastern Province, we proceeded to Namibia, where we joined fellow heads of state and government at the funeral service of our beloved brother, late former President of Namibia, His Excellency Dr. Genko. For us in Zambia, Dr. Genko was a brother. He spent more than 17 years in our country during his country's liberation struggle. We remember him as someone who was relentless and dedicated to fostering peace, stability, and democracy in Namibia and the SADC region and African continent. Dr. Genko was a firm believer of the regional integration, for which we will fondly remember him for. On assuming office as the new president in the SADC region, President Genko was available to show us certain things that ones could not learn in class, but through experience like he had. We are in solidarity with the people of Namibia to offer our prayers and deep condolences. Rest in peace, our gallant son of Africa, Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia. So the President and the First Lady have spent the night there. The burial is there today, not right now. This is almost 6. This is like 5:25. The burial is going to be there later on today. And then in other news, the God scam Egyptian wants to quiz Drug Enforcement Commission officer. So this is reported by Kalemba. So Egyptians involved in the gold scandal at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport last August, Michael Adel Botros has asked the Economic and Financial Crimes Court to allow him to cross-examine DEC, which is the Drug Enforcement Commission investigator, Martin Chitamba. to test his validity of his evidence. Botros says Chitamba's evidence is based on hearsay, hence he needs to cross-examine him, to be cross-examined. In the matter, the director of public prosecution has moved a motion in the Economic and Financial Crimes Court to have the Global Express jet and money, firearms, and minerals which were confiscated and reasonable to be submitted as evidence of crime. The DPP has cited the World Aviation International maintains limited and Mr. Michael Botros as an interested parties in the matter. According to skeleton agreement in support of the notice of intention to cross-examine the deponent, Botros said, in an instance where the affidavit contains hearsay evidence, the court has a discretionary power to order the deponent on the affidavit to be cross-examined. He said this will allow the truthfulness of the evidence of the deponent to be tested. The affidavit deposed by Mr. Chitamba's is riddled with speculation and contentious issues that require to be cross-examined in order to allow for the applicant to cross-examine the deponent for justice to be fairly dispensed. So this gold scandal issue is not going anywhere. They're demanding that they cross-examine the Drug Enforcement Commission officers. But in other news, the statement that Edgar Lungu had made earlier on with regard to the free education still making rounds, and he keeps on justifying it and giving his 2 cents from the look of things. So Mausamba ejected from the Pan-African Parliament. That's one of the headlines in that, which is contending for. So in this statement, Edgar Lungu simply says, Zambia's 6th president, Dr. Edgar Chagwa has expressed shock at how the statement he made on the quality of education in the nation has taken out of context and twisted to imply that he would abolish free education once he comes back in government. And then he said, however, this is false information, and media is supposed to question everything before they just publish it. So he's been making rounds trying to explain that statement. He asked the delegation from a couple of students that had visited him to be proficient and as a report on issues. He further says, my call for quality education, of course, does not end at a journalist. It includes lawyers, doctors, and engineers. Why do we have washed out the bridges every so often? So he asked a couple of questions to say our quality of education is in question there. So the former president anyway, is trying to justify his statement to say it has been misunderstood. While Mausamba is facing some backlash from the people that he had hired or that were working with him. So if you remember, Chama America and the guy that calls himself Ground were the first people that endorsed Mausamba once he took over the PF, the second part of the PF. So now the same individuals seem to be insinuating that they are turning against him. They have not been paid the money that they agreed on. So here Chifetari writes, this is the video in which Ground appears, one of the 2 individuals. So Chifetari says, the PF ghost has refused to rest. It is terrorizing those who killed the PF. Like the African belief that if you sleep with a widow who has not been cleansed, the ghost haunts you. So simply saying that's what's going on in this case. So in the video, this Ground individual, the one that you see on the screen, it's a poor quality video, so I will not play it, but pretty much the sound is audible. He simply insinuates to say they've given Mausamba and his team of the people that is appointed pretty much that are running his version of the PF to say in 7 days, if they are not given the benefits that the appointments, because these 2 individuals were beaten at some point when they had been instructed by Mao Sampa to go and do some work in Eastern Province. The PF that Edgar Lungu runs beat up some individuals. So some people have even been arrested in Katete or Sinda, thereabout, but in Eastern Province. So these individuals say no, they are supposed to be on some sort of salary. So they mentioned a couple of people in those videos to say, if you do not give us the benefits that you had promised us, we'll start leaking information. So today, right now, this is Sunday. So it's past on Friday. That's when they issued that video. Chama America issued a video a couple of hours ago. So they've said within 5 days, the number of days that are coming up, if they do not receive correspondence from the PF that Mao Sampa is running, they'll start leaking information. They do not care if they are arrested. In that video, that's what it says. In as much as they know Mao Sampa is protected and the individuals that is working with, and then they also implicate the UPND in that, and then they've said they will not publish anything at the moment. They're simply blackmailing the two individuals. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. So they are blackmailing Mao Sampa to say if he does not pay them the benefits that he had promised them, they'll start leaking information. And it seems like they've been recording their interaction with every individual. So they said they've got a database of videos and audios that they'll start leaking if they're not paid in 7 days. So by Friday, what's the date on Friday? Just a second, let me see the date. Friday, 1st of March, that's when they'll have a press brief. So if they do not have that press brief by Friday, that means they've been cleared or they've come to an agreement. So that's what's going on. So this was a follow-up video. The one that the ground had done was on a Friday, and then the follow-up video was of the other individual, Chagwa America, who also speaks the same thing, issuing the warning and also the blackmail to say by Friday, if they are not paid their dues for the hardships that they've undergone working for Mao Sampa and this PF vision, they'll start leaking what they know. They do not care if they're arrested. And then Shifetari posts the same video and says, "Naf penampi Yawa Mao Sampa. I will soon recruit these two guys." So he simply says he's going to work with them. I don't know to whose benefit, because he's been trying to work with the UPND. That's Shifetari, but the UPND are not having him. So he thinks with the leverage of the information that those two individuals have, and they come in his camp, maybe he can have some leverage over the UPND. But what money does he have to pay those individuals? That's the issue here. So you might wish to work with them, but those guys are hired guns. If you don't have the money to pay them, you cannot. He goes further. Chief Etehari says, "Our Lungu nombana na wambo kuchitama politics. Akainde ichimo wa HH wakose pantu akaka momentum is gaining ground. Palasti tukajoin afe since we UPN jitamfaa kumbana no matter how much we plead with you." So this is where Chief Etehari is on the fence. He's been pleading with the UPND to include him in their system for them to make him their propaganda machine, and they are not having it. The damage that he had done in the build-up towards the 2021 elections soured that relationship. So the possibility of them accepting him, it must be come to a point where they're in desperate need of someone to run propaganda for the UPND. And at the moment, it has not reached that stage, so they keep on rejecting him. So he's simply saying he might as well go back to work with Edgar Lungu because he seems to be making a wave with his political stance. So in picture, what you see is former president holding some packets of Pamela. That's minimum that is packed in small packages. So he said he might as well go outside since the UPND are not working with him. And if goes further, Atayari politicians do not listen, and they lose power, and until they lose power, Edgar can now listen. These guys will also listen soon. I mean, very soon, says one of the UPND members. So I don't know which UPND member is referring that has made this statement in reference to Shifia Tayari. And we wait and see. But pretty much he's trying to use that leverage to work with them. They're just not having him. And then that's the other news. Hakainde Hichilema is not straightforward. He's not real, and his ministers tell us he's a stumbling block. So Hari Kalaba made that statement. Now the question is, which minister gave him that information? I doubt there's facts to behind that headline. Anyway, he made a statement that no wonder the mass newspaper put that up. But the likelihood of a minister giving information to Hari Kalaba, I do not see that happening. It's just politicking at this stage, trying to cause some stir within the UPND cabinet. I doubt a minister. What benefit would it be for a sitting minister to go and give information to Hari Kalaba? Because even if Hari Kalaba was to become president, that individual simply become minister again. It's not as if they'll make the vice president or running mate. So why would you start risking the benefit that you currently have to just go and join another individual in the same capacity? So that's where I doubt this headline that Hari Kalaba put up here. Anyway, that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Visit my YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.